hardest part about planning these events is making sure that people understand the value in what we're bringing, and it's hard to do that if you've never been here. So when you come to the event, your entire life has changed because you experience greatness. People around you are experience greatness. You watch people grow before your eyes, and you watch people succeed, and it inspires you to try a little harder and go a little bigger, and you can't sell that unless you've been to our events. And it's hard just showing a video recap of awesome things that we've done because you're not feeling the energy that these events bring. These events are life-changing because of the energy they fill your bucket with.
In the last 8 years I've been coming here, it's been somehow better than the year before. I think a lot of that has to do with like the planning and organizing side of things. Everything seems easier and less stressful, and like we're all so on board with making this event the best possible and making sure that everyone in our groups are getting some attention and stoke and support behind anything that they're trying. And being able to juggle it all, because for a lot of us, bike riding is our escape, and you know, you don't always get to fully show up for yourself or at the session, and a lot of us are sometimes the only woman in our scene that's there, so being surrounded by a whole bunch of those kind of pioneers is really special. You know, it's I think it helps us go home with this like kind of this sense of community, but like relief also, like you're not alone. Huge for me. So somehow that magic just grows every year more and more, so I'm just excited to be a part of it. It fills my cup so much to be able to see the light bulb go off and then watch someone execute a trick or something that they've been working on or they were so scared of, like dropping in on that big thing. Like that to me is like, that never gets old. And I think every year somehow it's like, how does it keep going? It's so cool that that's like a thing. This motion can't stop. Like I think for the future, like it's showing that it's not ever going to. So
the one thing that has not changed at all is the camaraderie that happens, and the sense of family, and the sense of like going through this together and helping one another go higher and try new things and overcome fears. And that's one of Carley's favorite phrases, overcoming fears, but it really is so true. You see it over and over again. You see women that are near tears when they come here, which is kind of incredible, or like that's actually one of my favorite aspects of this event, is just women working on their own bikes, because I feel like so often the men in their lives hand them a bike and say, okay, now ride it. They're out on the trail, they're here, and something goes wrong and they don't know what to do. But if they do know what to do, it's like another step of like owning it and really becoming one with the bike. When you first look at a bike, it's like, what is this pile of metal and bolts and all this crap that I don't know what it does, but it's actually a really wonderful way to get introduced to working on stuff, because you can see everything. For the most part, it's all there, aside from like shock internals and stuff like that. And you can't really break stuff with a little bit of an asterisk there. You could if you really tried hard, but it's a
biggest difference I see actually is the quality of the bikes they're coming with right now. Women's bikes have changed from when we first started doing this event, where they were coming out, there were a lot more street type of bikes, and they weren't as the full suspension bikes they're running now. So I think the quality of the bikes, women in general, have improved over there, that they're starting to invest more in themselves and believe that they're worth that bike. They just don't need that old bike out of the garage to use, and they're coming in stronger. We had one lady today, she's 63 years old, and it was no, I can't do that. No, I can't do that. No, I can't do that. Well, she did it all. She stepped up and did it, and starting to believe in herself. What I find with it, it carries over from gaining confidence. Each skill you accomplish on your bike, each little roller you go over, each berm that you conquer. But I love seeing it happening to girls, is the young girls that come in, and how sport elevates them through all parts of life. We're building girls that are coming in with so much confidence in life and belief in themselves, that the I can do it attitude. The teenagers in the areas where these girls are starting to wonder, their bodies are changing, there's a lack of confidence, and it brings them up. It's the positivity, that whole environment that they're bringing up is positive, supportive, and events like this, where you've got the other women supporting you, you believe if she can do it, I can do it, it really holds true. And one of the gals said that today. I was like, yeah. She's like, well, she just did it. I'm sure I can do it. And it just keeps building.
I think the number one change that I've seen throughout the years is that the skills and the progression level continues to be higher every single year. And so as we started coaching these events, there wasn't necessarily a need to teach super advanced jumping skills. But now I'm seeing that in a lot younger of kids. I'm seeing a lot more younger kids show up who have really great skills that are doing things that were never done before. I'm also seeing all of the people that we have raised up through the years come back and be teachers. And I think that that's kind of our number one goal in life, is to make little disciples, right? So if you're teaching the next generation, they should be able to come up and be better than you and to be able to teach and carry it on. And I'm seeing that. So one of our fellow coaches, Bethany, she used to be one of the little kids that we coached. And now to see her skill set be better than mine is amazing. And same thing, like I'm raising my own kids and bringing my kids up to be better than I am. So that's kind of what I'm seeing different, like just the progression levels. People see something in us. It's this spark of life that we have that just drives us every single day, and people want that. And how I found that particular spark in my own life is through bike riding. And I've developed discipline throughout the years, learning to travel the world, being exposed to different experiences, and it's something to be passed on to other people. People are stuck in the same every single day, day-to-day mundane things. Nobody wants that. You're not gonna thrive in life. When you're gonna thrive in life is when you're challenged, and people come here to be challenged and they see something and they want that as well. So yeah, what we're teaching here is way beyond bikes. And it's just to kind of like live to be your best self.
Well, women are leveling up riding. They are just taking riding to a completely different place than it used to be years ago. So over the years, the community gets bigger, the riding gets higher level, people go out and tell their friends about the events, they bring more people back. So year after year, there's growth. I see a lot more women sort of reaching down and pulling other women up into the scene of it. Well, your time on your bike is like a mirror. What comes up for you in life comes up for you on your bike. Things like fear, anxiety, stress, self-doubt, negative self-talk. Those things all come up on your bike and really get magnified when you have these ramps and these drops and these things. But the beauty in that is that you get to come in here, be with other women, and work through that fear and anxiety and negative self-talk, crush goals, and then you get to go out into the world and you're changed. You're changed in a really big way.
So especially with my coaching here, like at these events, I really like to focus on your mindset and your confidence, because we focus on bike riding here, but through the 2-day event, people become more confident in who they are as a person, which transcends biking and it impacts how they are as a parent, a friend, a worker. Like, it just makes you a better person overall, which is one of my favorite things about biking. People can come and they think they're focusing on riding and they leave and they're just so much more stoked on life. Like, the energy is palpable when they leave. It's just like, oh my gosh, I'm so stoked. And it makes these events feel more like a big session, which I feel like is the coolest event. Like, coaching is really cool,
But honestly, just coming together and getting to ride together and have fun is like, I think one of the biggest benefits.